What it be, all Rezin 47 up here again. I got another installment on my CD collection series for y'all today. This is going to be episode 5. It's been around a month since I did my last one, so perfect time to come back with it. So, 10 albums as always. We're going to start up with the first one, which is going to be Cypress Hill's third album, 3 Temples of Boom, released in 1995. This is definitely my favorite Cypress Hill album, and it's one of the albums that influenced my production the most. DJ Muggs on here is out of here with the production, like dark, haunting, and just grimy. Be Real and Sendog, they're at their best lyrically too. They're at their darkest. This is definitely Cypress Hill's darkest album. After Black Sunday blew up, that was kind of like a really rushed album, so they wanted to take the time with this and just make a fucking Black Sunday Antichrist right here. And, it's a masterpiece. You got Spark Another Owl, Throw Your Set in the Air, Stone Raiders, Illusions, Boom Biddy Bye Bye, my favorite on the album. That's how I found Temples of Boom. No Rest for the Wicked, they go at Ice Cube, they kill it. California, Lacotes, Red Light Visions, Strictly Hip Hop, Let It Rain. I think the best way I could, describe this album is like a hip hop horror movie with the beats, and there's like a gangster movie with the lyrics. That's Temples of Boom in a nutshell for you. So that's the first one up, Temples of Boom by Cypress Hill. And up next is gonna be another album that has also highly influenced my production. The Gizza Liquid Swords, 1995. This is definitely my top 5 albums of all time, all genres considered. The Gizza, I think, is the best lyrically in the Wu-Tang. He's probably my 4th member, and I have to go through the booklet here because the track list on the back is shuffled like in the story. So we'll go through here Liquid Swords, the opening track, classic. Duel of the Iron Mike with Older Bastard, Master Killer, and Inspect the Deck. Not only my favorite track on the album, it's my favorite song of all time. Once I heard that, on my first listen, I was fucking blown away. So I did probably put that song on for like a full fucking week without listening to almost anything else. So you got Living in the World Today, classic. Labels, really clever song, like how he name drops a bunch of record labels and telling you like how to read the labels, be careful who you sign with. Fourth Chamber is fucking insane. Ghostface Killer, Killer Priest, and the RZA all on that one. Yeah, that's one of the standouts for me. Shadowboxing with Method Man. That was another track. When I first heard it, I just played it fucking like it was nothing. Kill It Hill's 10304. I love the storytelling on that. One of the most underrated tracks on the album, I would say, is Swordsman. That beat is just grimy and fucking dark. I just love the atmosphere of it and how Gizza just raps about superstition and all that. I Got Your Back. That was like the first single. Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth, Bible, the Killer Priest track. That was great. That also appeared on Heavy Mental. So, fucking mind-melting masterpiece. It's my second favorite Wu-Tang album. I think lyrically this is the best Wu-Tang album of all time. Gizza Liquid Swords, 1995. That album should be in the fucking Library of Congress. And up at number 3 is going to be Korn's second album, Life is Peachy, 1996. I just did my discography ranking for them. And spoiler alert for that if you haven't seen it. This is my second favorite Korn album. For the longest time, it was my 3rd favorite, but I found myself listening to this like a lot. You see right there, Who They Now Bitches. That was the documentary they put out around this time about their first 2 albums. So classic. This picks up where self-titled leaves off in every element from the sound. Ross Robinson produced it again. The music itself follows that same kind of formula, but it's like not only is catchy, they're just making like a bunch of random songs because this was a pretty rushed album. But the big single on this album was Adidas, and if that's the big single on the album, you can only imagine what the rest of the record's gonna be like. But you got Twist, classic, Chi, Lost, my favorite track on the album, Swallow, Good God, of Cunts, No Place to Hide. Wicked, the Ice Cube cover with Chino from Deftones. Adidas, as I've already said. Ass Itch, Kill You. Kill You was kind of like the spiritual sequel to Daddy, where on that track he was rapping about like he was like singing about like how he was sexually abused, and then and this one right here on Kill You, he's talking like how his stepmother was abusive towards him, and yeah, that's a really great song. So yeah, Korn was Peachy in 1996, the perfect fucking follow up to the self-titled album. Alright, number 4 is a personal all-time favorite album of mine. Mitch Punch While Rap from 2002, his first album. I have no idea what Mitch's origin story is. I think he just appeared on on the internet in the early 2000s. He had like his own web show, and his character is like it's like a Russian skateboarding, a boxing rapper who comes to USA because Russian police are harassing him because they're jealous of his rap skills. I am not making this up. That is what Mitch is, and it's so fucking good. Like this is not for everybody, but it's definitely for me. I just love. I don't have to. I'm not one of those guys that take all music seriously. I love funny shit like this. So the first track I heard from him was "Come to USA." I remember like years ago, like in 2008, seeing a Lego animated video for that, and I loved it. "I Will Win." That's also another track I first heard. There's an animated video for that. Love it. "Hey Ladies Fans," it's fucking hilarious. That's his idea of a love song, and God, I love it. "Fast and Danger," that's like his biggest song, with how much he was able to reach people. "Rap to World," that's a really cool, like laid back song. "Fans Are My Friends," turn it up, like a party track. But yeah, man, what can I say? The production on here is also really good. I'm assuming it's done by Mitch himself. I don't see anything on here that would say it's not. There's no credits on here at fucking all. So I'll say he produced it. Production's like really good. It's like real simple, but it's also like real jazzy. So yeah, I fucking love this album. Personal favorite of mine. And I actually did review it like at the start of the year. I have that re-uploaded on my channel. Go watch that if you want to hear more about this record. So yeah, Mitch, Punch While Rap from 2002. Next up, we're at the halfway point. Number 5. Gravediggaz, 6 Feet Deep from 1994. Gravediggaz are a wicked shit supergroup consisting of Gizza as the Resurrector, Prince Pilla as the Undertaker, Too Poetic as the Grim Reaper, and Fruquan as like the Gatekeeper. So yeah, this is by far the fucking best album, and I actually like the Pickle Sickle and the Shovel, their second album. That was like more of like that was more like a Wu-Tang kind of album. This is more like just a straight horrorcore record. So yeah, definitely their best album. One of the best wicked shit albums of all time. This and Flatliners USA brought horrorcore to like the public eye before like the whole Great Malenko explosion. But you got like Just When You Thought It Was Over / Constant Elevation, Nowhere to Run, Nowhere to Hide, Defective Trippin', 2 Cups of Blood, Blood Brothers, 1-800 Suicide, and the song that introduced me to this album, Diary of a Madman. Shabazz the Disciple and Rizzo's verses on there. Both of those are probably get my top 10 or 20 verses of all time. Mommy, What's a Gravedigger? Here Comes the Gravediggaz. Graveyard Chamber, which was actually produced by RZA. Diary of a Madman and that song, Graveyard Chamber, like the very first time the world heard Kill a Priest. Also got like the closing track, the title song 6 Feet Deep. And if you have the UK title, which has a title that I won't say, but I love the title of it. But it's got a bonus track on there, which is called Pass the Shovel. And it's in between 1-800 Suicide and Diary of a Madman. So I had that downloaded. Fucking love it. It's like a faster kind of song. But yeah, I'll say this is also like Prince Paul's best produced album. I love Prince Paul, underrated producer nowadays. And I think Diary of a Madman was also produced by RZA. If not, the sample was given to Paul because he used that sample for like the Wu-Tang's demo tape. So yeah, Gravediggaz, 6 Feet Deep, 1994. You should know about this album. If you don't, fucking look it up. Classic. R.I.P. Poetic. And I wish the Resurrector would come back. Up at number 6 now. Ice Cube's second album, Death Certificate, 1991. Yeah, I mean, words don't even need to speak about how legendary this record is. It's my second favorite Cube album. My favorite is America's Most Wanted. And yeah, this is the 2015 reissue. They reissued like all of like Eazy-E, Ice Cube, and NWA albums like around the time the Straight Outta Compton movie came out. So yeah, what's on here, man? The Wrong End to Fuck With, My Summer Vacation, Steady Mobbin'. What else on here? Giving Up the Nappy Dugout. I love that track. Burn in the Hand, Man's Best Friend, Alive on Arrival / Death in the Birth, I Want to Kill Sam, Horny Little Devil, True to the Game, Doing Dumb Shit, No Vaseline. That's my favorite track on the album. So yeah, fucking yeah, I'd say that's like the best diss track of all time, with right there with like Ether. But yeah, man, I love this album. It's like more funky compared to America's Most Wanted, but still has like that dirty, grimy dustiness to it. Like most of this album, if not all of it, was done by Sir Jinx. So yeah, great producer, kind of underrated, I would say. So yeah, Ice Cube, Death Certificate, 1991. That's another album that should be in the Library of Congress. And up at number 7, OutKast's debut record, Southernplayalisticadillacmuzik from 1994. Definitely my favorite fucking OutKast album. They came out swinging with this one. I mean, the production by Organized Noise, funky as a motherfucker, and it has like kind of like a dirtiness to it. So yeah, you know these guys, Andre 3000 and Big Boy, one of the most iconic groups of all time in music history. You know, this is like one of those albums that should be like studied in fucking like. This album should be like studied in schools and shit, like Death Certificate, Liquid Swords. This album, these should all be studied by like classes and shit. So you got like My Intro to Let You Know, Ain't No Thing, my favorite track on the album. That beat is insane. Southern Playalistic Cadillacmuzik, the title track. Players Ball, the original. Ooh, I love that track. I love that one more. Claiming True, Funky Ride. That's like just kind of like a stoner track, I would say. Get Up and Get Out. It's like a 7.5 minute track, but very motivational. Criminal and Herb, really love that track. It's real like smooth. Hootie Hoo. Yeah, I mean, just this really smooth, funky album. You can just put this on, lay back and chill, get high to it, wherever you want to do. It's one of those albums, you know. OutKast, Southern Playalistic, 1984. You know, saying the South got something to say. Up at number 8. This is an album from a band that, for the longest time, I never really paid attention to. But at the end of last year was like when I really like. Let me start over. At the end of last year was like when I really fucking was over with them. Stone Temple Pilots Core, 1992. Their first record, and yeah, one of the best grunge albums of all fucking time. I don't care if they're not from Seattle. You know, I consider Babes in Toyland grunge, and they're from Minneapolis, so. Yeah, fucking classic record. This came out the same day as Alice in Chains' Dirt, so I'm thinking, like when September rolls around, I'll review maybe both of those albums. But you got Dead and Bloated. The opening track is my favorite song on the album, and Sex Type Thing. That was like the one song of theirs back in the day I actually used to always like. You know, Wicked Garden, Sin, Creep. I love Creep. Scott Weiland's vocals on there are insane. You know, Piece of Pie, Plush, everyone knows that. Cracker Man, Where the River Goes. Like, I love how they ended off with a real heavy track. This was produced by Brendan O'Brien, who also produced Korn's Issues album. And yeah, if you listen to both those albums like together, they kind of have like the same kind of like production sound, but you can this still have a difference. But yeah, I mean, Core by Stone Temple Pilots, classic album. R.I.P. Scott Weiland. Love this album. Love the record. One of my favorite albums from '92. And coming towards the end of it, we got up at number 9. Commmouth Kings, Royal Highness, 1998. This is their first album. This is the only one where like DJ Bobby B and Saint Dog were both in the group at the same time. Cause I believe Bobby B and Saint Dog left like around the same time, which sucks because Bobby B is definitely their best producer. This is only album I heard from them, but I have heard like tracks from like Bobby B's like beat tape back in the day, and it was really fucking cool. But yeah, what introduced me to this album was the track "Play On." I heard that like back in the day, like in 2017 in the summer, and that was like the song of the that was like the song of the summer for me right there. That track, great memories with that one. And then towards the end of last year was when I picked this up for vintage stock and heard the full album, and I was sold with them. So you got like Bond Token Alcoholics, I play on my favorite track like I already said. So High, Spies with Humble Gods. Another fan like the rock, like the punk part of the track, the one where like they're rapping with a beat, fucking fire. DJ Bobby B killed that. Bump, Dog's Life with the Two Rude and Dog Boys, kind of like it's got like that it's kind of like a sublime feel to it, which is really cool. Misunderstood, that's a great track. Fuck the rest, I failed that test. I love St. Dog's chorus on that track. It was What's Your Trip, High Society, another killer chorus with a great track. I think D-Loc did that one. Psychedelic Funk, great track. Planet Bugtron, that track is just so spaced out. I love it. This is like one of those albums like you put it on at the beginning and you just lose your fucking mind, get lost in the weed to this album. These are like the Juggalo Cypress Hill. They're like the stoners of the scene. So yeah. So R.I.P. St. Dog, R.I.P. Pakalika. I wish Saint was still around today. D-Loc nowadays is like butchering the band's legacy, treating it as like his own solo project, but you know what? Whatever. The classics will always be the classics. Commonwealth Kings, Royal Highness, 1998. And last up is going to be an album from my man Kanaki because this is a hard record to find. It's Melvins' 9th album, Honky, from 1997. This turned 25 early May, so happy late 25th. And this is their first album like after leaving Atlantic Records. They're on like Amphetamine Reptile Noise Records. That's what it says. See, how about I describe this record? It's like a continuation of Stag, but a lot darker. You got like They Almost Be Slaughtered with the far more than legendary Cat Beyond. Yeah, that is my favorite track on there. Mommy is Hibachi. Lovely Butterfly. That shit is absolutely fucking insane and just so grimy. I love it. Pitfalls and Serving Warrants. Air Breather, Deep in the Arms of Morpheus. It's like an experimental 12-minute, kind of like an art piece. They just throw a bunch of like different sequencings of songs together. Like Laughing with Lucifer at Satan's Sideshow, where they rip on Atlantic Records. It's like an interlude where they put like a bunch of voicemails they got from label execs. What's on here? Grin and the Freak Toast, The Bugs Are Dying. Yeah. This song was actually produced by Joe Barresi, and I believe Stag was as well. So yeah, great album, underrated. You can find this record on YouTube. It's non-streaming, unfortunately. Probably because they couldn't get it from Amphetamine Records. It's like a real underground label. But yeah, Melvins Honky in 1997. Their most underrated album. So that was CD Collection Part 5. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share all of this material. Until then, I'm out of here.